When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Trying to read our DNA is like trying to understand software code, with only 90% of the code riddled with errors. It's very difficult in that case to understand and predict what that software code is going to do. SpaceX has the potential of saving the US government $1 billion a year. We are opposed to creating an entrenched monopoly with no realistic means for anyone to compete. My proceeds from the PayPal acquisition were $180 million. I put $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in SolarCity. I had to borrow money for rent. Over time I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. I think it would be great to be born on Earth and die on Mars. Just hopefully not at the point of impact. If you had to buy a new plane every time you flew somewhere, it would be incredibly expensive. I'm a Silicon Valley guy. I just think people from Silicon Valley can do anything. In the case of Apple, they did originally do production internally, but then along came unbelievably good outsourced manufacturing from companies like Foxconn. We don't have that in the rocket business. There's no Foxconn in the rocket business. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I hate writing about personal stuff. I don't have a Facebook page. I don't use my Twitter account. I am familiar with both, but I don't use them. There are some important differences between me and Tony Stark, like I have 5 kids, so I spend more time going to Disneyland than parties. From an evolutionary standpoint, human consciousness has not been around very long. A little light just went on after 4.5 billion years. How often does that happen? Maybe it is quite rare. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question. But I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. I had so many people try to talk me out of starting a rocket company. It was crazy. I think long-term you can see Tesla establishing factories in Europe, in other parts of the US and in Asia. Biofuels such as ethanol require enormous amounts of cropland and end up displacing either food crops or natural wilderness, neither of which is good. Selling an electric sports car creates an opportunity to fundamentally change the way America drives. Mars is the only place in the solar system where it's possible for life to become multiplanetarian. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. I would like to fly in space. Absolutely. That would be cool. I used to just do personally risky things, but now I've got kids and responsibilities, so I can't be my own test pilot. That wouldn't be a good idea. but I definitely want to fly as soon as it's a sensible thing to do. I'm reasonably optimistic about the future, especially the future of the United States, for the century, at least. A Prius is not a true hybrid, really. The current Prius is, like, 2% electric. It's a gasoline car with slightly better mileage. I think Tesla will most likely develop its own autopilot system for the car, as I think it should be camera-based, not LiDAR-based. However, it is also possible that we do something jointly with Google. Some companies out there quote a start of production that is substantially in advance of when customers get their cars. Land on Mars, a round-trip ticket, $500,000. It can be done. I tend to approach things from a physics framework. And physics teaches you to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe the channel.